Hi, my name's Cordy, and I just wanted to quickly address something that I was part of that's happened a couple of days ago. And you may have seen that Fenton was involved in a video. Fenton's my dog that I have known since the day he was born, because he was born in my house. And I actually held him and he licked me in the face. And that was enough to really offend at least one person, and I know that we're here just purely to discuss guitar stuff, obviously, so I won't let that happen again. I have had the dog euthanized. I felt like it was the right thing to do to sort of make this up, so that's the end of Fenton. I'm joking, obviously. Fenton's in the other room sleeping. Today's Friday, is actually Thursday, but I'm filming this a day early for Kevin. I did a video about drop D chords last week, and Kevin asked could I do some that are in D minor. Last week's video was more about kind of the way that I tried to make drop D sound a little bit less like a lot of stuff that I was hearing, and the main thing that I did was to make it so that the D wasn't actually a D minor, it was going to be a D major, and making us at home in F sharp minor. But for this week we're going to do D minor chords. So one of the cool things about having D minor is you've got all of these open strings, and it means you can do stuff like one of the cool things about D minor is you've got lots of open strings, and so you can do stuff like this. So here's my first chord. So you've got a D, an A, a D, an A, a D, and a G. And you could resolve up or down. And then the next chord is related to that, and so you just put an E in the bass, and then everything else remains the same, but I don't really want to play this A, so I'm using a fleshy part of either that finger or the thumb to mute that. So, and then next we move that up. So an F, a D, a G, a D, and an A. This is kind of one of my favourite voicings in drop D. So we've got a G, a D, a G, a B flat, sorry, a C, an F, and an A. So that's really cool. Then what have we got? Then we've got an A, an E, an A, then another E, then a G, then an A, C. Then for our B flat, I've got this, a B flat, an F, a C, an E, a G, and a D. Then for our C, which is effectively chord 5 in drop D or F, what have we got? So a C, a G, a C, an F, a C, and an E. Just this, which is a straightforward, just all barring on the 12th, and then playing a C at the 13th fret on the B string, so like this, but up an octave. And then for our next note up, so again, this is for our 7th degree of the scale, so it's an E in the bass. We've got an E, a D, a G, a C and a G. And then this kind of chord for our 3rd or 1st degree of the scale, because there's an F, or 3rd if you're seeing D as the bass. So we've got an F, a C, an E, a G and a D. And bonus chord, stick a D in the bass. Sounds cool. And then for our G minor, I've got this other kind of cool flavour chord. Kind of ambiguous sounding, but kind of spacey. Maybe like a nice chord to end the song on or something. A G, a D, an A, a C, an F and a B flat. Then for our chord 3, we've got an A, an E, a C, a D and a G. Then here's another really cool chord I think for our chord 4. So barring fret 8 and then just a C and a G, and you could resolve that G down to an F if you wanted. And then lastly, this kind of really open sounding version of a C. So we've got a C, a G, and then a D, and then an A, another A and then an E. So those are 14 chords this time that I think are worth checking out. But just pick one at a time, I think, to figure out. Maybe string 2 or 3 of them together and you end up sounding I think some of those kind of combinations will sound really cool. So hopefully this is useful. Kevin is exactly what you asked for, I think, although there's 14 not 7, but hopefully those are a few things that can get you out of doing just the kind of thing that I guess is what we first learn when we start doing drop D stuff. But there's actually quite a lot we can do with these full voicings. So hopefully that was useful, and hopefully you enjoyed the sound of some of them. If you've got anything useful out of this video, if you could like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment if you've got other ideas for chord types that you want me to cover in this series. But yeah, hopefully that was useful. If you did get anything out of it, the tabs will be on Patreon if you want them. Also, if you're not a Patreon but you wanted to support me in some way, There's a buy me a coffee link if you wanted to use that on a kind of one-off basis, but only use that if you've got something out of this video and you like what I do and you can afford it. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you for another soon.